Yo, what's up with y'all, man? I hope you're doing good. If you're new and you're a fan of the NBA, subscribe to this channel. So let's get straight into it.
It's like it's Minute Maid, hijack 4, renegade, 24, number 8, Kobe shit fade away, ballin' since 11th grade, still in school, let them hate.
Part 1, Part 2, and now the finale, Part 3. This is the very last progress report video that I'll be assessing the 2019 NBA Draft's performance, because the season about goddamn time just ended, which means that their rookie year has too. Now in the first progress report video, I graded them based on how well they were playing 20 to 15 games into the NBA, and in the second progress report video, I graded them based on how they were playing 50 games into the NBA. And I had to delay part 3 because, of course, just about everything got delayed. And I had to, of course, delay part 3 because, of course, everything got delayed. But now that it's finally ended, the progress report talk is now done, and we're about to give each and every single rookie their final grade. This right here sticks with them for the rest of their career. And this right here is the last 2019 NBA Draft progress report video from yours truly, Mojo99. Now let's get to it. I'm gonna get the rookie that literally everyone has been talking about over these last 2-3 weeks right up out the way. Tyler Hero. That man came into the scene with literally no expectations at all. He was about the 13th pick last year in the NBA draft. I'm sure a lot of people didn't think much of him. He's a white boy who's named Tyler. So I mean, what type of threat could he possibly pose to the NBA? Well, until he stepped onto the court come Summer League, that's when he really roared with his performance. Oh, and by the way, I know some people may be overly sensitive. If your name is Tyler watching this, bro, no offense, it's a joke. I'm not gonna let a couple people who got their panties in a bunch ruin the vibe and the flow of my video. Like I was saying, that man Tyler Hero rose to the occasion several times throughout the entire regular season and also in the postseason, most definitely. And I personally would also say that he outperformed every single rookie taken in front of him outside of just two. And those two rookies are very, very special. Those being John Moran and also Zahn Williamson. What more can you ask from Tyler Hero? Tyler Hero is like that, and I've been over here on this very chair, well, not this very chair because you guys know the story if you're real, but I was over here literally last year talking about how I would rather have this man on my team over that man RJ Barrett. And that's no shot to RJ Barrett, but I'm just saying I'ma stick with my take, and I'm not gonna flake. I'm riding with that take for life. Needless to say though, that man Tyler Hero is like that. Now when you look at his stat line, no, he just averaged like 13 points and like 3 rebounds and 4 assists per game. Yeah, but in the playoffs he scored a career high of 37 points. He only scored 30 once through the entire regular season, but he scored 37 in a very important, pivotal Eastern Conference Finals game against the other best team in the Eastern Conference, the Boston Celtics. This man Tyler Hero is damn near delusional, and that type of delusion could lead you to loads of success in the NBA. He thinks he's way greater than he actually is, and this man sure does have limitations when it comes to his athleticism, his strength, and stuff like that. He's not the quickest on the court, but he still is like that, and he does what he can with what he has. A+ for that man Tyler Hero. Next up is Zahn Williamson, the proclaimed best player in the NBA draft who actually lived up to that hype. He lived up to just about every single little thing that everybody said about him going into his NBA career. He's a monster, a beast, some type of warlock. I don't know what he is. He's just Zahn Williamson, and Zahn Williamson is a great NBA player. Man's walked into the NBA having no issues dropping off buckets, swatting shots, and being that electrifying, unique player that we've never seen before. The only type of people who have similar physiques as Zahn Williamson play literally in the National Football League. That's the only type of place you see that freak show, and I don't watch football like. I believe Zahn has shown that he has a chance to be the best player on a championship team one day. Not only that, and also a top 5, maybe even top 3 NBA player if he just works on a few kinks and flaws in his game. Man's obviously needs to work on his shooting. He's not the best shooter, but how often do we see that with some of the all-time great young players like LeBron James? He wasn't really a shooter. Kobe Bryant, he wasn't really a shooter. Like, come on now, it happens, and I understand it, and I trust and believe in him that he could at least get to average at that point. I really don't know why I brought up LeBron James, Kobe Bryant. Give me some time with this off the dome stuff, and I promise you I'm going to nail it. Zahn could easily be everything that everybody imagined for him. I said this man was made in a lab literally 2 years ago in a very vibe-worthy video. In fact, I rolled this clip back many times before in other videos, and I'm gonna roll it back once again just because this wordplay was way too clean to not show off. Rolling gifted prospects we've ever seen. It's almost as if he was created in a lab. Some cracked out scientist made this right here. Height of a wing, strength of a big, and speed of a guard. Mix that up, throw in your potions and your lotions and all that, and you get this. Dude is just built differently. And so anyway, Zahn Williamson, he's a stuff, and we all know this. My only issue about Zahn Williamson is that he has all these abilities on the court, but he lacks the most important ability, and that ability is availability. He doesn't show up that often on the court, and he has injury scares here and there. And coaches like, what's his name? Alvin Gentry? Yeah, that man who got fired. Really held him back, or possibly, who knows, saved him from another injury. But for sure in this video at least, he held him back from making the playoffs because he was out so much, and also held him back from getting this A+. So for that, I'm just gonna have to have him settle for this A instead of an A+. Still a great season. The Rookie of the Year, Ja Morant. Man, what much do I have to say? A+ already. He literally just won Rookie of the Year, and he damn near led his Memphis Grizzlies team to the NBA playoffs if it wasn't for an injury to their second, some maybe say first best player, Jaren Jackson Jr. If it wasn't for that injury, I'm pretty sure that they might have been able to outlast the Portland Trail Blazers and actually get into that 8th spot and get smacked up by the Lakers. So look, here's the thing. I'm a very consistent person. Whatever it takes I say, good or bad, I'm gonna stick to it. And it just so happened to be that I really don't have many bad takes at all. And I said this in the NBA draft, actually before the NBA draft, that Ja Morant was the medicine that the Memphis Grizzlies needed. They were a super boring, old, dusty, crusty, musty organization that literally like no one was a fan of. I only knew one Memphis Grizzlies fan, maybe two, shout out Rudy. But they needed someone like this. Now yes, I know Ja Morant isn't the biggest dude out there, but he got the biggest heart out there 9 times out of 10 whenever he's on the basketball court, and he also is super entertaining, flashy, and just, bro, he's a joy to watch. Point blank period. Him averaging 17 and 7 as a rookie point guard, the hardest position by far to play in the NBA, in the Western Conference, also the toughest position in the NBA. Yeah, I give that man a whole lot of praise, and I can see him easily as a top 5 point guard one day. I'd be very disappointed if he wasn't. A+. Now we get to RJ Barrett. Now I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all already know how I feel about RJ Barrett. If not, bro, your reading comprehension skills are not reading, my bad. Listening comprehension skills are really lacking, because I literally just like kind of hinted towards to what I'm about to say about RJ Barrett 3-4 minutes ago in the video. What is wrong with you? But anyways, RJ Barrett, good rookie, he had a good solid year, but of course he was very limited in what he could do because he plays for the worst organization in the NBA in my mind, which are the New York Knicks. And again, last year, I said this again, bro, I'm bringing up all the receipts. Please bring up my own receipts. Try to expose me. I dare you. I said that the New York Knicks could do nothing for him but amplify his weaknesses. They couldn't build a team around that man his rookie year, or they didn't have any pieces already that will help his rookie year go through an easier transition. Guys like Ja Moran, oh, he had it perfectly set up for him. Guys like Deandre Hunter, Cam Reddish, perfectly set up for him. But RJ Barrett, he had so many things working against him that really didn't help his progression and growth as a rookie. And because of that, I always said that the New York Knicks can do nothing for him but amplify his weakness. And I was right about it. His shooting numbers are really not that impressive. He did shoot 40% from the field, which is a big, bravo for him, because that team is atrocious. And I don't know how he was able to do it, but he did it. But still, I'm gonna stick to my word and also the point of this video, even though I don't like him that much as a rookie because sometimes he dribbles the ball way too hard like he's mad at the ground. I'm sorry. That was a shot that was really not needed. But anyways, for what he was able to do with what was around him and the situation that he was getting into, I'm giving this man a B, maybe even a B+. The next player that I'm about to talk about was literally the steal of the 2019 NBA draft. I actually made an entire video about it, but actually it got demonetized. So if you watch it or don't watch it, I don't really care. But this man, Contavious, I said Contavious, what the heck? Sorry, the NBA final just passed by like last night. I meant to say KPJ Kevin Porter Jr. That man is different and he's special, and he slid all the way to the 30th pick for some stupid, weird reason. And for that, his expectation and his grade gets a boost because of the amount of expectations that were placed on him. There were none, really. He really would have and should have been a lottery pick if it weren't for these stupid assumptions about his character. KPJ is a better player than 90% of the players in the lottery. He's a 6'5" to 6'6" uber talented scorer who has all the hezzies, all the packages, and can score in almost every ways offensively. Now yes, he does need to improve on the 3-point percentage, but actually his shot looks nice and he just has too much confidence in himself to not be an even better shooter than he was going into his rookie season. That man deserves an A+, and I don't really care what nobody has to say. Michael Porter Jr. Okay, so look, fun fact, little do you guys know, me and MPJ go way back. Hold on, wait a minute. I just said that as if I actually knew the man, bro. I don't know that man, but I've been talking about that man on my channel for a very long time, and it just so happened to be that whenever I talk about Michael Porter Jr. in any of my videos, I actually get a lot of views. So actually, I'm pretty cool with MPJ. If I was to see him in the street one day, I'd be like, hey, I like you. But anyways, like I was getting to the point, that man MPJ deserves an A+. Now I understand that this man was not a part of this 2019 NBA draft class, but he was a 2019 rookie. And MPJ, going into this NBA season, had so many people rooting for him and cheering for him, and so many thought that he could have been a top 3, maybe even top 5 pick in the 2018 NBA draft if it weren't for those tragic, stupid, painful injuries that he went through early into his college career. But now he's bounced back and it was healthier than ever, and that man is looking like he's on the way to becoming one of the best shooters, top 10 shooter in the NBA soon to come. Now he does have a few things to work on in his game. Offensively, that man is fine. He is damn near flawless offensively, but defensively, that's a completely different story. That man is an absolute atrocity on defense. I don't know what it is. He's long, he's mobile, I'd say, but he really just doesn't have the mental part of defense into the game. He needs to work on actually trying on defense and really understanding that he has a good wingspan and he's long and he can move. He just sucks at that end. But regardless of his defensive deficiencies, I'm going to give that man an A+ though, because he is now viewed as a very important piece to the Nuggets' future. And for that, yeah, I'm giving this man an A+, because this man really didn't have that many expectations put on him. People were like, iffy about him, and now people are actually 100% sold onto him and his future with the Denver Nuggets. People view him being a part of the reason why the Denver Nuggets eventually make that next step, take that leap into becoming NBA champion. He'll be a very important piece and contributor to that. A+. Okay, so next up is Deandre Hunter and Cam Reddish. So I'm gonna try my very best to keep this short because, of course, y'all know I'm a Hawks fan, and me talking about my team, since I know like just about everything about my team, the ins and outs, I can talk for very, very long. So I'm gonna keep this short. Deandre Hunter, he deserves a B. Knowing that he's a older rookie, I expected an older rookie like him to be a couple steps ahead of other rookies, because other rookies are like 19 and 20. He was not that age coming into the NBA. So I expected him to do a little bit better, but he still didn't perform bad. He was very respectable from the field. He shot like 41% from the field and shot league average from the 3-point line at 35%. His defense was really iffy, and I didn't really see that Kawhi Leonard type potential that everybody spewed about him. I didn't see the defensive genius that everybody also said about him as well. Offensively, yeah, he's nice, you know what I'm saying, none too crazy though, and he's not a true game changer, but I'm happy that he's a part of my roster, and I give that man a B. Cam Reddish, on the other hand, I give that man a B+. Now, considering where he was in college, how he started off his college year, how he ended his college year, and what type of player he was going into the NBA, man shot poo-poo in college. I expected him to poo-poo in the NBA too, and which he did, but he got tremendously better as the season went on. If you look at his shot charts and the numbers that he was putting up each and every month, he gradually forms better and better as each month goes on. And that right there was all I needed as an NBA fan. I just wanted to see this man grow and grow and grow and build that confidence, build his shot and all that. And now I believe that he has the potential to be maybe even the second best player, second best player on the Hawks one day if we ever reach that championship level. He has that type of potential. The next two players are really not the most exciting players to talk about. A lot of people don't even, realize that they exist, but Jarrett Culver, oh my god, if you guys know my reputation with him, I said pull up the receipts. Yeah, I said that Jarrett Culver was better than RJ Barrett, and so far in his NBA career he really has, but he hasn't gotten the same opportunity. But I'll leave that discussion for later. Needless to say, that man was kind of bad his rookie year, but just like Cam Reddish, a lot of people don't realize this, and a lot of people didn't really take the time out of their day to look up Jarrett Culver's stats, gameplay, and see how he improved throughout the season. But he also improved throughout the end of the season. But I also just want to say that he really wasn't all that I expected going into his rookie year. So he is also an older rookie, and I just think that older rookies should be able to adjust quicker since their game is more defined than these 19 and 20-year-olds. But he didn't do that. He was actually very bad going into the NBA season, and pretty much throughout the entire season he wasn't that great, but he did show improvements, and for that I'm gonna give that man a C+. Darius Garland, I don't really know what to say about this man. He's very crafty, very shifty, and stupid fast, but I'm iffy on his potential. But regardless of the fact, he did what he could do during the NBA season. Man barely played in college. The whole NBA season was the healthiest he's been in a very long time. Not a very long time, since his college days. I want to be a little bit more lenient towards him. He shot like 39% from the field, but he did show a lot of promise. So for that, I'm gonna give that man a let's say a B. I'm gonna give him a B, okay? C+, bye. Okay, I'm not gonna avoid him like that. I say C+ because a lot of people didn't know really what to expect from someone like Darius Garland, and we all just made a lot of assumptions assuming that he'd be this and this in the NBA because of what he did in a short amount of time in college and also back in high school. So yeah, I'm gonna give that man a C+. Kobe White, Bulls fans, me and you got a lot of beef because of this man right here. I think that he's an okay rookie, but y'all think he's damn near a god. Why? I don't really know. But I support y'all, and I really do hope that y'all prove me wrong and that he ends up being a god later on throughout his NBA career and maybe even becomes a top 7 point guard. I really don't believe he has that type of potential. I don't see that in him. But regardless of all that, just how consistent was he throughout his rookie year? Well, he looked like a 19-20-year-old rookie to say the least, and he really did perform that well. He shot under 40% from the field, just like Darius Garland. I believe he shot 39% from the field, and he put up okay numbers. But I'm gonna be, again, just a little bit lenient towards him because he had literally the worst coach in the entire NBA by his side, Jim Boylan, who just got fired, by the way. So I'm not gonna be that harsh on him or give him a D or some like a C- or anything like that. But for Kobe White, I'm just gonna go ahead and give that man a C+. I see that man being a great 6-man one day or a great valuable role player. I almost forgot about one rookie who I praised, who was gonna be a steal again, who was underrated in the NBA draft, that man Brandon Clark. He is also an older rookie. Man's like 22, 23 years old already, and that man right there performed as I thought he would in the NBA. He shot like 61% from the field and 35% from the 3-point line, and he played tremendous defensively, played well offensively as well, and he's a big part of the Memphis Grizzlies' future. That man right there deserves just about, I'd say, an A+, and that's not up for discussion. He made first team All-NBA, and he was also a mid to late first round. What more can you say about that man? A+. The last few rookies that I'm going to be talking about in this video are Rui Hachimira, PJ Washington, and Jackson. All big men, of course. PJ Washington deserves an A. He was really efficient in his rookie year, and I believe that not a lot of people are watching him and really picked up on this and how great of a player he was because he plays on the Charlotte Hornets. But he impressed me hella offensively. That man caught me off guard with his mobility and also his 3-point shot. I didn't know that that thing actually existed in his game, but actually it does. So A for him. A also for that man Jackson Hayes. I mean, he really didn't play that much, but next year I see his role really ticking up for the New Orleans Pelicans, and that man is a really good center that I kind of wish that the Atlanta Hawks drafted. Free throw percentage is good, and I would not be surprised if I saw that man shooting threes next year, as soon as next year in the NBA, spreading out the floor for Zahn Williamson. Great player, great prospect, good rookie season. A for him. The last player of this video that I want to talk about, Rui Hachimira. I have not much to say about him either. He played on the Washington Wizards. To keep it a buck with you, I didn't watch a lot of Wizards games, but when I did catch a Wizards game here and there, he was doing a lot of good things on the court, and he was what I was expecting in the NBA. He met my standards, so for that I'm giving him a B+. He didn't blow me out the water or anything like that, but he did really good. B+. You just watched me give off one of my best performances on my entire channel. You just watched me film and record my very last video about the 2019 NBA draft class, specifically grading them. I'm done with this now. This was the series. I really do appreciate you guys for all your continued support. As you see, I've been kind of different these last few days. I've been moving different, posting way more than I usually do. And yeah, man, y'all think I'm playing, but I'm really about to get into my bag. I'm tired of waiting. Before we leave, I need you to go ahead and make sure you like this video. Comment down below because it helps a lot, and I also need you to go ahead and follow me on my social, and also make sure you share this video and make sure that you make your day great. Until then, I'll get right with you.
No way, remember back when I couldn't get a play, no home, I ain't have a place to stay, I got to work, made it serve, free the way, told my girl who'd ever